Hi everyone, you're watching Wisdom Shorts. Over the last few days, social media is filled with posts on mental wellness, depression, emotional health, etc. Depression and suicide rates are rising among people. As per WHO, close to 8 lakh people die due to suicide every year in this world. Furthermore, for each suicide death, there are more than 20 suicide attempts. So who is responsible for this? I think all of us. And each one of us can do something about it. So today I want to talk about the role of parents in raising emotionally strong individuals. While there are a lot of factors which influence our mental health, as per studies in psychology, childhood experiences contribute a lot to our emotional well-being in adult life, especially the first 10 years. So this video is dedicated to all the parents out there who have kids who are less than 10 years. While they are under our roof, let us ensure that we are teaching them the right life skills and values to face life. Let us all work together to raise an emotionally strong next generation. So I'd like to share 3 principles in this video from the best resources available on this subject. Okay, let's start. Number 1, the perfection trap. Don't expect perfection or intervene every time your child makes a mistake. Most parents who expect perfection view their children as an extension of themselves. So they hope that by pushing their children to success where they failed, they can heal their own wounds. There is something called socially prescribed perfectionism. Kids develop this belief that others won't love them if he or she makes a mistake. One 2013 study revealed that 70% of teenagers who took their own lives had placed an inordinate amount of pressure on themselves because of high expectations from their parents. So to prevent slip-ups from destroying their sense of self-worth, encourage your child to strive for excellence, continuous improvement, not perfection. For example, if you're teaching them to write alphabets, don't expect them to write the same way in the printed book. It'll take time, Let them try their best. And for God's sake, please don't compare them with others. Every being on this planet is unique. Teach them that it's okay to make mistakes. Tell them it's okay to fall. It's okay to fail at some activities. Help your child learn and grow from his or her mistakes by teaching them that what matters is how we overcome challenges and problems. Share stories, your own and others, who overcame challenges. Convince them that one failure in a particular thing is not the end of the world. Number 2, the protection trap. One of my friends who is a school teacher says that managing kids is easier than managing parents. There is an over-involvement in everything. She was narrating an incident that one teacher scolded a kid in the class. She got upset and informed that to her parents. The concerned parents escalated that to the principal. They came to the principal's office and started shouting. How can you treat my child like this, blah, 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 blah. See, we can't expect the society to treat us in a certain way. As parents, if you overprotect and shelter them from pain all the time, they expect us to do throughout their life. It's natural, it's totally natural for us to protect our children from discomfort. But not letting them experience pain sends a message that they are fragile. When they learn how to cope with stresses of life, they build self-esteem and problem-solving skills. So empower them to handle life's challenges rather than seeing themselves as victims of circumstances. Make them realize that they are capable and competent. Also, kids who never learn how to manage pain may become adults who spend their whole lives trying to avoid it through unhealthy coping mechanisms. Kids of most successful people are not successful, or they're spoiled due to the same reason. Because they are overprotected. They got all they wanted. They didn't get the privilege to go through the pain and learn from those experiences like their parents. So we have to let our children experience some pain in life to make them emotionally fit. Number 3, the feelings trap. Most parents really take care of their kids' physical development and well-being by providing nutritious food, taking care of their health, etc. And they talk to them about the importance of brushing their teeth, hygiene, etc. But few parents talk about the importance of taking care of their mind and emotions. We prepare them for academic success, but hardly invest time in teaching them how to deal with uncomfortable feelings like disappointment, anxiety, loneliness, things like that. And if you don't express our real feelings with our kids, they will not learn to identify their feelings and they will not express it to us. So we have to start this in an early age, not during teenage when you have an issue with them. So acknowledge, how you are feeling and help your children identify how they are feeling. Talk about how those emotions affect us and proactively teach them how to manage those emotions in a healthy way. The best way to raise a mentally strong child is by practicing good, healthy habits ourselves, which makes us capable of passing them to our children. Parenting is not a walk in the park. Let us strive to be emotionally fit and make our children emotionally strong to face the world. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, stay safe.